Hi everyone, I am Selena and welcome to Perimaskitchen. Today I'm making a very simple dish which is full of flavor. It's a soya fish curry. I can't wait to share this recipe with you. My husband absolutely loves it. He actually prefers to eat this than actual fish curry. I think he's just lazy. He doesn't want to take out any of the bones because all of the flavor is definitely there. I am using a soya fish product which is completely vegetarian. If you cannot get this product, I also substitute many times with both paneer and you can even use soya burgers. So you can definitely find other substitutions if you cannot find the exact same product I'm using today. This is soya fish from Nagiah's. When slicing your soya fish, try to slice them evenly so the thickness is the same. And once you're done, we're going to start frying it in some oil. And it only needs a couple of minutes on each side, about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, until you get a nice golden brown color. And once it's brown on both sides, you can then set them all aside. You can leave it on some roller towel if you wish, while we start preparing the base of the fish curry. So your soya product also absorbs a lot of oil and other flavors, so I'm not going to add it to the beginning of my cooking but towards the end. To my pot I'm adding my oil, and once your oil is hot, add a level teaspoon of mustard seeds, followed by a 1/4 teaspoon of Fenugreek, which is Methi seeds. Next, add your diced onion. I'm using 1 large onion, my curry leaves, as well as I'm adding some green chillies. Give it all a moment to fry in the oil. Remember, your curry leaves have so much of flavor. It needs to fry in that oil to release all those flavors. Next, I'm adding a level teaspoon of crushed garlic. And you can add more garlic if you want to. I am adding some cloves of garlic as well. Followed by a level teaspoon of Jeera powder, which is our cumin. A level teaspoon of Dhania powder, which is coriander powder. Followed by masala. 2.5 teaspoons of masala. And I'm using Nagiah's everyday masala. And 1.5 teaspoons of Kashmeri chili powder. A level teaspoon of turmeric, and then you can mix everything in the oil. It only needs a few seconds. And then you can either grate or liquidize your tomatoes. This is approximately 4 tomatoes, 4 large tomatoes. I'm also going to add a level teaspoon of sugar. Again, that's just for the acidity of the tomatoes to balance all the flavors. So we want this chutney mixture to simmer on a low heat for approximately 5 to 10 minutes. And while it's simmering, we're going to dilute our tamarind. Today I'm only going to use a tablespoon of tamarind, and I will dilute it in 200 milliliters of water, so less than a glass of water. If you want to add extra, you can add extra water. My chutney is now ready. I've diluted my tamarind water. Give it a quick mix and then add all of your tamarind water. You can then mix it all together, and this will form the base of your fish curry. I am still going to add some baby brinjal, but we need some time for this mixture to simmer. Close your lid and give it approximately another 5 minutes. It's now ready for me to add my baby brinjal. So we're adding our baby brinjal first because it will take some time to cook. Also, to make sure you slice down the length of your baby brinjal, and this will also help it to cook evenly. And once the brinjal is cooked, then we will proceed to add our soya fish. I'm also adding some cloves of garlic as well as some salt to taste. And we're going to cook until the brinjal is ready. It may take approximately 15 minutes. It depends on the thickness of your brinjal. So this is slightly thicker than what I usually purchase. And normally it takes about 10 minutes. So today I'm going to give it about 10 to 15 minutes. We're now going to close our lid until it's ready. My brinjal is now ready. Look at all of that gravy. It will start to thicken, and that's what we want. Look at how gorgeous that is. And it's got that beautiful fish curry color that we're looking for. I'm now going to turn down my heat to low and then start adding all of my fried soya fish. So if you're using soya burgers or anything else, you can do the same. And if you are using soya burgers, once you fry them, cut them in half before you add them to the chutney. And as I mentioned previously, they do tend to absorb a lot of gravy. So therefore, we're adding it towards the end of our cooking time on a lower heat. Once we've added all of our fried fish, our soya fried fish, you can then scoop some gravy on top and then let it simmer on this low heat for approximately 5 minutes, and then you are ready to serve. And here you go, in 5 minutes your soya fish curry is ready. Garnish with some fresh coriander, and you can serve with roti, basmati rice, naan, or even kali. This pot of fish curry was definitely a winner. My son even kept a little for the next day so you could have it for breakfast, and in true fish curry style, it did taste good the next day as well. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, all the ingredients used will be found in the drop-down description below. Please subscribe. Kindly hit the notification bell so you are notified when a new video is uploaded. Please like and share, and your comments are always very, very welcome. See you again soon in Perima's kitchen. I am Selena.